All right, closer to home, Statistics South Africa has made a decision to withdraw several crucial variables and themes due to concerns about reporting and coverage biases around the census 2022. Key data on employment, income and other essential indicators have been excluded, raising questions now about challenges in gathering accurate and reliable information. Let's get a deeper understanding of this and its implications. Bring in now the Statistician-General of South Africa, Risenga Maluleka, who joins us via our video link. And so it's great to have you on the program. Thanks for your time and patience this Thursday morning. Reports around what might have taken place here seem to be quite scathing, but let me hear from your own take what actually took place. Part of what this is put down to is fundamentally flawed collection processes. Is that what happened?
Ayanda, let me start off by saying that Statistics South Africa hasn't withdrawn any product from the market or from our website. What we have done in this census 2022, as we have done in previous censuses, is that when we release our reports, there are some that we have chosen not to release. Let me go back quickly and I'll come back to Census 2022. In previous censuses, we decided not to release employment data because the quarterly labor force survey has been the most reliable measurement of employment. So the media headline that says we have withdrawn products is not correct. We just haven't released them because there are other indicators that cover that better.
Is that the only reason? Because the suggestion here is that the data may have been collected, but now Stats SA can't really back what they had initially found.
Certainly, what is happening is that in every release that we do as Stats SA, when we collect information, Ayanda, we look and assess at the reliability of such information, what we call a stability, not maybe reliability is a strong word to use, stability. And when we have a better measure that captures that, we use it. So a good example that I've used is that the quarterly labor force survey, for example, is much more a better measure of employment than using the census. So the point is, it is not the first time we have done that where we say we are not releasing these products, we are going to release them through the following measures that give us a better measure of that. So I want to go back to the issue. It's not that Stats SA released data and then withdrew it. Stats SA hasn't withdrawn data. We have done this previously and we will continue to do it. It's just that this census has attracted a lot more interest in that we conducted it during COVID as well as other issues that it has been facing. And indeed, we stand by what we have put across in the media.
All right, Statistician General, let me ask this question then. Is the institution happy with the work of the Census 2022, given the environment in which the data itself was collected? And let's face it, the avalanche of criticism the institution has faced around that collection process.
Ayanda, let's just start by saying that criticism is not the first time we have gone through as Stats SA. We have been criticized in 1996, in 2001, in 2011, and indeed now in 2022. So criticism is in the line of the work that we do. And I'm talking about the census. We have faced major criticisms in 2003 and 2005 on our CPI and manufacturing. So in terms of our comfort on the numbers that we have made available, we are comfortable and they can stand the test of time.
All right, let's speak a bit more detail. You've spoken about the quarterly labor survey as being an alternative for one of these products, but my understanding is that the income and earnings figures are also not going to be released. The mortality and fertility figures are also being withheld. What is the alternative then for people who rely on the statistic if in fact they need it?
Let me say that income and expenditure even when we have asked it in the census. In previous censuses, we have used what we call an income and expenditure survey. And as of now, between 2023, January and December, we conducted the income and expenditure survey, and will be coming out this year, because income and expenditure will give us better measure of poverty. We have never, in our poverty numbers, even when we have collected in the census, released them as a measure of poverty, because you don't ask as much questions in the census. As regards issues of mortality, our discussions with the Stats Council has been that we have to get all data from Home Affairs on the causes of death so that we can talk about issues of mortality. And indeed, we are, as you will know, causes of death 2022 report is not yet out. So the point is that all the issues that we are saying we are not making available is because we have other measures that have been used throughout time, and indeed as well as in previous censuses.
When it comes to the population figure itself, some demographers have been concerned about a possible estimation by as much as 1 billion. I think that's the figure that's been thrown around. What's your response to that? Is Stats SA standing by its latest population figure for South Africa?
Let us correct, they haven't raised concerns by about 1 billion, Ayanda. They raised a concern that we overestimated the population by 1 million. But it is not the first time demographers have raised a concern with Stats SA. In Census 1996, they raised issues. In 2001, they raised issues. In 2011, they raised issues. And indeed, in Census 2022, there are issues that demographers will raise. The difference between our work and the work that demographers, and I respect a lot of the demographers that have raised these issues, or particularly two demographers have raised this issue, is that we go and count and measure. Our measure is based on the count, and we do an adjustment. Where we are opposed to issues that they are looking at trends of population. So in terms of the number that we have released on Census 2022, it is solid. And indeed, we have also raised, it's not like someone went to catch us, Ayanda. We are the ones who released the undercount of 31%, the lowest in the Free State at 20%, the highest in the Western Cape. But we have made adjustments for that, and that's how it's done in demographic terms. And indeed, we stand by that number.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for that. Of course, we don't have 1 billion people in South Africa to begin with, so it was 1 million, that's the figure. Given those adjustments then, do you have offhand what the official figure stands at?
There is no offhand figure that the Statistician-General releases, Ayanda. We have released as of 2022, 62 million people that we have spoken about in the census. And of course, beyond census 2022, we are closer to about 63. We are at 63 million now. And indeed, that is what is on record that we have released.
Right, Statistician-General Risenga Maluleka, that's the time we have. I get a sense, though, that there's going to be a need to have a whole lot more of these kind of conversations to at least help the ordinary South African understand where we stand with this crucial information. Risenga Maluleka, for now, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. Mr. Maluleka, of course, is the Statistician-General of South Africa.